Hello, welcome to the Mimi Cast. I'm Mia,
I'm Milesh.
and we're here again after a really long time. I think we haven't recorded anything since last year.
Yep.
And right now it's it's still August, right?
It's
Right
August
at the end.
29th.
It's right at the end of August. So, yeah, we're just going to talk about, why we've been gone and what we've been doing, basically.
Yep. So pretty much just, life kind of happened and we both got pretty busy with things. Also just finding motivation to do the show kind of became low. And just recently, I actually just got a new microphone so this sounds better, because of that.
Yay for good quality mic. We're going to sound so big.
Yeah, so now we're kind of back in the mood to do it. And I don't think we'll see like another really big hiatus now since I think everyone right now is feeling pretty charged up and we're ready to go. And we always enjoy like talking about things like this, right?
Yeah, I feel like, with my job, I've finally kind of like adjusted to it because I've been there for almost like a year. So I feel like more motivated to watch more anime now and like talk with things because I have more of a balance going. So that's one thing that really helps. But what have you been doing? Because I've been working. That's like really my main thing. It's just I've been like working and trying to like.
And kind of for me, last year, like I graduated from UNF in spring of this year. So I've just been, like the last couple of semesters of school were pretty, tough as they should be, senior year and everything. And I also was working as like, with some of the clubs and stuff that I was a part of. So, I just wanted to make sure everything was good there. And I also, again, kind of wasn't motivated or really kind of thought about doing stuff critically or talking about stuff, and just kind of wanted to take a little break from everything, just kind of get my head straight and make sure I'm in a position now where I'm pretty much free. I still do some work here and there, not going to school right now, which has been pretty fun, but just kind of wanting to do a bit more fun things and pursue my hobbies in a bit more of an interesting way.
And everyone gets kind of burnt out from doing the same thing, like watching all this anime. Like everyone goes through that, like
that phase
where they just, I don't want to watch anything right now, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
definitely felt that. So anyways, you want to talk about something that maybe you picked up? Or
yeah, I mean, it's been like a year, so kind of an interesting thing that's been happening with me is that I feel like I've gone a bit more back into seasonal shows and just watching stuff I'm playing on a watch list recently. Like this season, for example, I'm watching like 6 shows, and last season I watched like six shows again, right?
I watched like 0.
So I've been watching seasonal anime again, which has been fun. And
which ones are you watching?
Well, right now I'm watching like God of High School, Rent a Girlfriend, some season 2s and 3s of like ReZero season 2 and Snafu season 3, and a show called Decadence. I think that's all the shows I'm watching this season. And they've all been good. I haven't had to drop anything, so that's been fun.
Which one's your favorite, like most interesting?
Yes, Rent a Girlfriend.
Is it?
No.
Or are you joking?
I'm
okay, because I've never seen these. I don't really know what the word is. I've heard God of High School is good.
Yeah.
I heard it's really fast paced.
Yeah, God of High School is interesting because
like breakneck. Like, oh, whoa, wait, where do we go?
Yeah, it's this year we saw like this trend of webtoons getting adapted. Last season was Tower of God. This season is God of High School. Next anime season is Noblesse.
Wow, Noblesse?
Yeah.
What? I just never saw this coming. Webtoons or webcomics being adapted is so crazy.
I know we had like that K-pop episode, so you know that Stray Kids is the opening and ending for Tower of God?
Yeah.
And the guy from 101 with the chin, Jin Young?
With the chin?
Yeah, Jin Young.
The singer? Wait. Oh, the one. Yeah, the singer. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
him.
so his group did the ending for God of High School.
That's
and
cool.
Oh My Girl is doing the opening or ending for Noblesse.
Yeah, wow. See, that's so cool to see, like, 2 things that we really like
coming together.
Yeah, they're coming together now. Yes, anime and K-pop.
Yeah, it's been...
That's a win.
Yeah, because we've seen it before, like...
It's happened before. We've seen, like, the Blue Exorcist ending is a 2 p.m. song.
Yeah, One Piece has 2 openings from TVXQ.
Yeah.
And we've seen it a couple of times, but obviously since they're webtoons, a lot of the creators are Korean, so it's cool to see that Crunchyroll, they're the ones that like are producing all these, that they've been doing that kind of stuff.
And it's funny because, I mean, a lot of Koreans make anime anyway. You look in the credits, there's just whole list of Korean names for like every anime.
Yeah, so my favorite this season has just been like ReZero Season 2 and Snafu Season 3 are both great. I feel like I'm cheating because they're both Season 2s and 3s of shows I really like. But in terms of like original stuff, Decadence has been probably the most surprising because it's anime original, and there's a lot of like cool stuff that's happening with it. And I'm just glad like if it's a show that feels they know what they're doing, the director knows what he's doing, and the pacing's great. Like there isn't much bad I want to say about it, but I don't want to go too in depth because there's a lot of spoilers for the show that could maybe ruin the experience.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is really good though when you feel like everything is going as planned,
according
like,
to
a
Keikaku.
plan. It's like that, you know, when you're watching something that has a plan,
yeah,
that's gonna follow through with it and stuff, versus something that doesn't, like a lot of shonen, because it's kind of they're just making it up as they go.
Yeah, unless you're One Piece. Yep.
Well, he does that, but he does a good job.
Yeah.
But yeah, so is that all just for the seasonal thing? Or
yeah, and then also
any Netflix stuff you picked, like tried to watch? Because I've tried to watch a few.
I watched B&A.
Oh, see, I wanted to. I never got around to it.
It's good.
It's good.
It's
It's not like great.
It's made by Trigger, so
It looks good.
it is pretty. It's just like it's very much a Trigger show.
Okay.
Good stuff, cool concepts. Whatever execution.
What? Huh.
And
Interesting.
then I also watched Dora Hetero, which I really like. That show's really nice on Netflix too. The dub of it is also good. I watched the dub for B&A too.
I watched the. No, I didn't watch it. Never mind.
Funny thing about the B&A dub is that one of the main characters has the same voice actor as the guy from Persona 5, the cake guy.
The cake guy?
Yeah. The guy that's a detective.
The pancake guy?
Yes.
Oh, Akechi?
Yes. He has the same voice actor, which I thought was really funny.
Oh, I like his voice actor. That's cool.
So that was cool seeing that. And I guess like the last thing is just, since I've been watching more anime this year especially, I've actually been I've been approaching my 600th anime. So
Woo-hoo.
I made
another celebration.
Yeah,
so many milestones being reached today.
Yeah, so I made a little like plan to like watch, like when I got to 590 or 589, I made like 10 shows I was gonna watch to kind of get to 600. So a couple like the highlights there were like Ogre Proxy, Technolize, Serious Experiments, Lane, Land of the Lustrous. I just finished Mawaru Penguin Drum, so I only got 2 left, and then I'll probably talk about those 2 next time.
Good.
Don't want to spoil the surprise. And yeah, just after that, I've been playing some games, play a lot of Bloons Tower Defense 6, my favorite game of all time, maybe.
Yep, you and everybody in our friend group, just balloons all day. I can't. I saw Donald practicing the other day.
That's my dog.
He can't, he's so dedicated.
Because we've had like a challenge where they're like this map we can't beat together on multiplayer.
Oh, really?
And I told him I can't beat it by myself. He's like, "Oh, well, I'll do it." I'm like, "You haven't shown me you beat it yet, so I don't think you did it."
He's so competitive too. Oh no, you start challenging him.
Yeah. Or what do you want to talk about, Mia?
Okay, I haven't picked up too much, but I want to talk about. I watched Japan Sinks. Did you try watching that?
You mean Japan Stinks? Ho, ho, ho.
Oh.
That's what people say online. I haven't watched it.
Really?
Yeah, it has like a 6 on Mal.
What the fuck? So I enjoyed it though.
I've heard it.
I know where the criticisms come from.
Isn't like the first half pretty serious and the second half like dumb kind of? That's what I've heard.
Okay, I'll just say like it does have like a part in it where you're kind of like, what the fuck is going on? Basically, it's kind of just what the fuck, why is this in here type of bit.
Yeah.
But I still think it ends fine.
Yeah,
like,
it's definitely.
It's just in the middle. You get through this weird spot that you're kind of wondering like why this happened.
Yeah.
And it's really out there. You're kind of like, was this necessary? Did this have to happen? And you get kind of confused, and a lot of stuff happens. But I feel like throughout it, a lot of stuff happens, and it is really good at building up like tension and stuff like that, and like it was so easy for me to binge. Like I literally, it's like I looked at it, it was like 10 episodes. Okay, looks interesting, and then I started it, and it was so engaging that I just could not put it down. So I literally just watched all of it in one sitting.
Oh, really?
Yep. I got up to like eat one time. But...
heard there was a lot of like weird English in it if you watch the Japanese.
I did watch it in Japanese. There was some weird English in there, yeah, because this one of the kids, he is a big fan of Western media.
Yeah.
So he like
spoke in English a lot.
Yeah, because he's trying to be cool.
Like, isn't there Russian in it too?
Russian?
I know there's like a different language, right?
Russian? I don't remember.
Because I remember some people saying it was weird how the Russian or something was really good, but the English wasn't good.
Was Russian in there? I'm not sure. I don't remember. I just remember there were just like some English speaking going on because it was about a multiracial family.
Yeah.
But anyway, there are problems with it, but I still think it was really entertaining regardless. Like I don't really care that much because I enjoyed it. A lot of things were done well. Just as much as things were like not done so well, it was a lot that was done well, and I think it's still worth watching.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it because Yuasa directed it, and he's done stuff like Devilman Crybaby, Devilman Crybaby, Keep Your Hands Off Aizoken, and stuff like that.
Oh, he worked on that?
Yeah, he directed that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's been pretty busy this year.
Oh, that's nice. Well, so there's that, and I just started to watch The Great Pretender. Apparently that's not finished, but I really like that right now, so that's exciting. And I just want to say though, that is like the prettiest looking anime I've ever seen in a long time. It's like aesthetics, it's like got the coolest aesthetic going on. It's just so cool. I guess BNA has like a cool aesthetic too.
I mean, it's very Trigger
it's
aesthetic.
very just Trigger aesthetic, like,
yeah, which is like
really
kind of like
bright.
It's like it's like that Trigger style of like kind of pallety in a way, right? Like, it looks nice. I don't think it looks bad or anything. I just think it's a Trigger show, and so it's like they have like a common trope to them where they are as they are, right? Like the best Trigger show to me still is probably Kill la Kill.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. You like that more than Gurren Lagann?
They didn't do Gurren Lagann.
They didn't? No. I thought they did.
No.
The Trigger is involved in that, isn't it?
No, like Gainax did that.
Oh.
And a lot of Gainax former employees made Trigger.
Okay, gotcha. Because I still feel that style between like...
Yeah.
I feel like the style is still like there.
Yeah, there's definitely some... Like, the director of Kill la Kill did Gurren Lagann.
Okay. I just brought up the aesthetic thing because that's always nice to see, and sometimes I watch a show just because it's just so aesthetically cool.
Yeah.
But I think it's still good. So there's that, and I guess that's it for the anime. And I've been playing games. Oh, I picked up Hakuoki, which is something guys don't give a shit about. Like,
is Mia being sexist?
I just don't, because it's targeted towards girls. It's from an otome game. So I started reading a visual novel. I'm not really a visual novel reader, but I bought Hakuoki a long time ago. And so I just wanted to try it because it's like one of the dating kind of ones. Where it's like you pick a route and you like go with that guy or whatever type of thing. Or you try to like pick the right options to go on the route.
What are you playing it on?
A PC.
Oh, okay.
I got off Steam.
Okay.
It's on PSP, but I don't have one of those. But I saw it on Steam for sale one time.
Oh, you know the PSP, Mia? Oh.
No, unfortunately. I wanted one for a long time. Never got one. Now they're not even... Are they still made anymore?
You'd have to buy it like on eBay or something.
Jeez. Anyway, though, I think it is really good. I don't know who would even... I feel like there is nobody who cares who would listen to this. That I can like... I feel like sharing this is like kind of pointless. But it is, like, really good especially for an otome visual novel story, because a lot of those can be bad, especially the anime, because the anime adaptations like to try to put all of the roots into one, and it's like, don't do that.
Yeah.
I feel like at the end of the day, it's like, I get it, because they're just trying to promote the game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But then it sucks. And you see there's Hakuoki, and I tried watching it, and I'm like, this is actually... honestly a really good just as an anime, because they followed one main guy's route, which is, it's like there's one route that's the main route that is the reason that the game is titled the way it is what I found out by the end. I just want to say that it's really good and it has a pretty good rating on Mal too. So I was like, yeah, this is good. Yep.
Oh, you're Malshy.
I was like, oh, okay. So it's not just me. Like,
yeah, it's one of the weird things I've always had about like harem shows is like I always
usually pretty bad.
That I just kind of don't get. Like, I get why they exist,
yeah.
right, to promote the medium that they're trying to sell or whatever. But I'm always just like,
aren't they trying to? I always thought they were just trying to sell like a fantasy for the most part.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that too. It's just I've always disliked it because I think harems are just weak because inherently there aren't true harems in anime because a harem is based on like visual novels or whatever where the player themselves can choose who they want to be with. In an anime, you can't.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like, what's the point of having like 5 love interests if he's just going to choose the main girl, who's typically the first one he sees, or the second one, right?
Or, yeah. You always know. You're going to know right away who it is.
Yeah. Like even, like I love Nisekoi, but even Nisekoi, I think it falls into that trap where it's like, Chitoge or Onodera, which one is he going to choose? Oh, wait, this is at 6 more, but wait, they don't matter. And
is that really how that worked, Nisekoi?
Basically, like, this premise is the main character likes Onodera, and then this Chitoge girl comes in, and his family is a Yakuza one, and Chitoge's family is, like, another Yakuza one, and the dads are like, how about we just marry our kids off so they don't fight anymore? So they have to be in this, like, fake relationship. So inherently, the first 2 girls he's like with are like Onodera, like not with, but like his 2 main love interests in the beginning are like Onodera and Chitoge. Even though in the beginning Chitoge and the main character don't like each other much because they're like, why are we forced to be married or whatever? But you know, there's like a couple more girls that get added to his harem, and it's just like don't get me wrong, it's entertaining and fun to watch, but it's also just. I feel like the story would have been better if you just focused on one girl. Like, you watched Tsuki ga Kirei, right?
No.
Oh.
I know I should. You recommended that to me.
Yeah. So that to me is a really good show since it focuses on a singular relationship between a guy and a girl. And it's like amazing because of that. Or even something like, you watched My Love Story, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that one's really fun too because it focuses on the relationship. It's like, harems are just weird to do in an anime format where the audience can't choose who they want to be with unless you do like every route, like you animate it, which I've never seen before. So
unfortunately, yeah, nobody's trying to put in all that effort to do all that because that would just be too much for anyone to handle. Yeah,
that's why you just got to play the game.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I see all your points there, but I really wanted to. I guess I also wanted to talk about Hakuoki because I think a lot of media targeted at females isn't that talked about. You know, I feel like a lot of that stuff goes under the radar all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of it is just because anime and gaming is very much like male dominated.
Yeah, it's very male folk. Like, yeah, generally most of it's like more targeted towards males.
And like the female stuff that exists has like that niche audience.
Yeah,
but that niche audience is vocal to an extent, but you're not going to see them like have many opportunities to talk about like in a podcast like this, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, you'll hear about like if some like good yaoi show comes out or something, you're gonna hear about that. You know, it's like that's as far as like it gets. But there's some really good, you know, romantic type things, and not a lot of people in general, I think, are that into like romance. They could see it as like boring, like just like solely like shows that are more focused on developing a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people prefer to have like, you know, romance as like a accompaniment to like other genres.
Yeah, like
know?
it's like a side piece.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, so there's that, and that's just been most of playing Hakuoki has been like taking a lot of my time because visual novels are long.
Yeah,
they're really long, especially when this is the first time where I'm actually like
reading everything. Yeah,
like. I'm actually really invested in this. Like, I've played a couple others before, and I just never cared like I do about this one.
Yeah, it happened. I mean, that kind of was me, too, where I started playing some, like, visual novels when I first kind of, like, discovered I could get them and stuff. And I, honestly, for a lot of them that didn't interest me, I would just, like, go to, like, whatever girl I wanted to. I would just skip a lot of the text. I knew what the choices were because I saw some walkthrough. Yeah. And then I just kind of like saw some of like the key moments. I was like, all right, I did my fulfill. Like,
yeah.
And
then, let's just do the relationship part. Okay, fantasy fulfilled. Like, we're good.
And then I started playing some that really did catch my attention. Like Devil on the G-String was a really cool one, as the story itself was really intriguing, as it's kind of like this thriller where the main character, his dad's like this Yakuza boss, and he doesn't really like his relationship with him. And there's all like mystery and intrigue to it. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Steins Gate-esque kind of show. There's no sci-fi, just like that thriller aspect of it. And it just hooked me. And I remember doing all the routes. And one of the cool things about it is that the main girl's route is congruent with the main plot line. So you can do like the other girls, their routes, but they kind of diverge earlier in the storyline. So it doesn't feel like they're just kind of like tacked in there. They always kind of feel like everything's progressing naturally, even if you do some of the other side characters. So that was really interesting to me. And then I have another friend who always also plays visual novels. He recommended me some other ones that I did read a lot through. So those have been fun. And like when you play like the more interactive ones like Ace Attorney or Danganronpa, like I love those too. Yeah.
Well, Ace Attorney, I still see it as more of a game.
Actually, Mia.
Even though it is a visual novel, I guess, but it's just so like,
you just gotta open
casual.
Your mind.
It's so easy to just get into it. Like any person can play it, and they're like,
any person
and
can
not
play.
And not know that they're playing a visual novel.
Yeah.
Like because like a real visual novel is gonna put some people off. They're like, I have to read. That's it.
And then I'd be like, when you watch anime, you read too, right? Do you know that?
It's true. I guess. I mean, unless you're watching it dubbed.
Yeah, but
But the reading is a lot sometimes. Sometimes I'm impatient.
I mean, you're just reading a book, just with pictures.
It's a picture book.
And the writing is not as great because it's like usually high school dialogue.
But
right?
I think it's like the cool thing is being able to pick different options and get different outcomes.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. Some of them are really like not that.
Some of them are just dumb.
Some of them kind of dry. Like your options don't feel very weighty. Like
and some of them also just kind of like. I remember early on my main critiques with visual novels that I played would be not having a lot of options and me kind of it's like you kind of want that interactivity, and then I kind of realized less is more in a way where it's fun having that, but it has to be done in an appropriate way. Like Magical is like my favorite visual novel probably because it nails everything that like a high school harem visual novel needs to do with a great main cast of characters, really interesting routes. They have character routes for the side characters too, so it's not like it's only the girls. It's like literally every character that kind of matters to the main character has their own route, whether it be a big one or a small one, which I think is really great. Yeah.
This is a little bit... Well, this is still, like, within this topic. I don't know how far we're going to go into, like, visual novels, but it's, like, this is kind of funny. Like, to me, visual novels seemed really normal, and I feel like to some people, that's not. Like, let me explain. I thought it was, like, a girl thing. Visual novels were exclusively... Because when I was a kid... getting into like dating simulation type games, that was like super normal. Like girls did that all the time, like different types of simulation, and dating happened to be one of them. So it's like whenever I came across like these visual novel type, like dating type otome games, it just seemed like, okay, yeah, this is a thing, this is totally normal. So then when I found out that there were guys that read it, I was like, wait, what? Wait, there's one made for guys? Wait a minute. And then I realized that there might be more for men than there are for women. I was like, what? It was just kind of like a shocking thing to me that, I don't know, it's like, it's a very Japanese thing, basically. It's like a really, like, the Western audience isn't, like, that familiar with it. Like, it's not like a norm.
Yeah, because when you think about all the visual novels that we mentioned, it's like, there's very few that are actually developed by Western people.
Yeah.
And the kind of, like, I guess like the equivalent for us would be like the Telltale games or something like Until Dawn, where these are like video games that you make choices in a story, but there's like some playability, right? Some people just call them like walking simulators because you're just like walking from point A to point B, but you at least have some control like the actions they're doing. Yeah. So that's like the closest to visual novels, but even then there's like Doki Doki is a visual novel made by an American, like Western people.
It's American made?
Yeah.
I don't know too much about it. Right?
So at least there's that, and that's kind of an interesting, that has such a big cult following, and it'd be interesting seeing, I know he's working on some other stuff.
So yeah, and there's like, because there was like, when I was really young, like really, really young, this is back in like MySpace days, like, do you know, there was this, Nickelodeon had like Teen Nick and like this other channel for like Degrassi and stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
There's this thing called The N, I think.
Yeah.
And it was like, there's a website, and you'd actually, there's this game where it's just literally, you just kind of like hang out with friends and like have friends, and you like, the game mechanic is like drama. It's like you get in an argument with people, and you like choose a boy to like date and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's literally, I thought that, I'm like, it's like the same thing almost, you know?
Yeah.
But it was a little more game. But anyway, I guess that's enough about visual novels. Yeah. You could have a visual novel podcast probably with Messiah, you know?
But yeah, that would be
if he wanted to do that. I don't know if he's...
Yeah, we'll see.
So, yeah, anything else?
I guess we can talk about like some of the future stuff that we're going to have some plans. So I know we usually did like podcasts before about like stuff we're going to watch in the seasons. I don't know. Like, I'm still going to be watching stuff seasonally. I'm not sure about you, Mia, if you're still interested in doing stuff like that.
I don't know. I'm more on the side. Right now, I just kind of want to just watch whatever and not worry too much. Because I think I'm a little tired of watching waiting weekly for an episode. Yeah. So I'll probably look more like at previous seasons and like just pick out shows from there. Yeah. Like shows that I've never got around to.
Yeah, I think
try to pick those up.
I think that could be a little fun exercise because there's still some shows, even like last year from seasons, that I kind of want to go back and watch. And there's a couple shows I actually have in mind that I think you'd like that came out a couple seasons ago too.
I definitely. Oh, and I forgot to mention that I did start watching Hunter x Hunter finally, but I still didn't get to the Chimera arc because after Netflix I got lazy. So I still have that one last arc.
Okay.
To watch. Other than that, though, but I'll say, yeah, it's really good. So we could probably talk about that sometime.
Oh, we're talking about Hunter x Hunter?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we got that. I know you've also been reading a lot of One Piece.
Yes.
And
really progressing now,
We're getting close to doing the One Piece Pot of My Dreams, finally.
Finally.
Yeah,
I'm ready to finally get that caught up with, so I feel like once I'm done with that, I can get to my other stuff I want to read.
Yeah, I mean, you got 10 volumes until you get to the end of part 1.
Oh, so when I look at it that way, that makes it a lot
yeah, because volume 62 or 1 is the first volume of the New World.
Okay, cool.
So we can finally get that started, which will be exciting. And we also talked about doing some shows. So I think next episode that we're gonna talk about Keep Your Hands Off Aizoken.
Yes.
So I haven't watched that show. That came out 2 seasons ago. Just got lazy. I'm very excited to watch it. I love Yuasa. He's one of my favorite directors, and I've heard nothing but good things about it.
And you also created or directed. What else?
What else did he do?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just saying, what else did he
bring up the... Yeah, and he did, Japan Sinks, Devilman Cryberry.
Cryberry.
Ping Pong the Animation Tatami Galaxy. He's just...
Oh, yeah, he did do... Yeah.
Yeah, so, he's...
I haven't seen either of those, Tatami or Ping Pong.
You gotta get on that, Mia.
I'm afraid that I'm gonna be too dumb for Tatami or something.
Tatami...
I heard it's, fast or something. Or
it is...
hard to keep up with. And
kind
I
of.
feel I'm gonna be, stupid watching
it. It's when you watch the first episode, you're like, whoa. But then you just get used to it, because even, he did a movie called Night is Young Something Girl, and it's kind of like this successor, sequel to Tatami Galaxy, because it's set in the same universe. And I remember me and my friend Roger, we watched the movie together, and it's the first 5 minutes were super the high speed dialogue is I gotta down my brain to get used to this a little bit. But Tatami Galaxy is very rewarding. I feel every kid in the college age should watch it, since it's about college life and really trying to figure out who you are as a person.
Would you call it a coming of age story?
To an extent. I mean, it's weird to say, because...
Or maybe because college is too late. Coming of age is more for, I'm literally going from, I
think it's more about... Yeah, it's I feel a lot of times in college, that experience for a lot of people can be different. And I think he was just trying to get at the point that for this character and for some people, college can be this very transformative experience if you give to that place. For me, that's what happened with me and UNF. But I know there's plenty of other people that don't get a lot because for whatever reasons, right?
Okay. So it explores that idea of like gaining something from it, but also not really changing from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds really interesting.
And ping pong is great. Like, you don't care much about, like, you don't think ping pong's ugly, right?
I don't know. I don't really have any opinion on it. I've always known about its existence. And it's like from the outside, I've always looked at it and I thought, this is like oddly realistic.
Yeah, because the main complaint people have with it is the way it looks.
It definitely looks odd.
It's different.
I'll say it looks odd, but I'm not like afraid to
I know
watch it.
You like sports anime, and it's like, it really boils down what makes sports anime great. It really dwells into that. And it's only like 12, 13 episodes, so I think you'd actually like it if you are okay with the art style. If you think it's passable, you're going to love the show, because everything else in the show is like amazing.
Well, whenever I hear enough people say that something's good, I'll look past it anyway,
and there's
regardless.
And there's definitely cool moments in the animation. It's not bad or anything. It's just, since it is a bit different, but there's really cool stuff he does since it is different with it too. But
it definitely, like, because in the past, before I even like started watching sports, I always just kind of thought, I don't know if I like this. This looks like it can be boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
That's just what it looks like.
Because there's definitely some mid sports anime. Like, there's the one I watched a couple seasons, like last 3 years ago, like All Out, which is about rugby.
Which you'd think would be interesting,
and it wasn't. It's just like, I can't be mad, because I do think a mid sports anime still is decent, because sports anime inherently have to do certain things with the characters where you almost have to care about them in a way. Like, I almost feel like it's really hard for me to rank a sports anime below a 5, because you just have to really like screw up and just have bad characters, which is something you don't see often, because you want to root for them.
Oh yeah, that's, if your characters are bad, what's the point? Oh god.
Yeah.
That's what, if you're just, that's, real sports are just for like watching it,
Mm-hmm.
Anime sports is for that connection. The deep connection with the characters.
Yeah.
And watching it look cool.
Yeah, I know.
Cough cough Haikyuu, Crocus Basketball, they all look really cool.
I'm just saying, man, I might have to revoke your Haikyuu card though, because you haven't finished season 4 part 1.
I feel really bad about it.
Like, to be fair,
I feel so bad about it. To
be fair, it's definitely the season that's the least hype, because it's pretty much just training.
Yeah, it's all training. That's why I've been so like,
but
I have to get into the mindset for training and not be like, yes, they're gonna fling the ball over the net and do this and do that and whatever.
Yeah.
Good news. Dial it back.
The good news is that part 2 is coming out in a couple weeks now in fall season. We're gonna get a hype match. Looking forward to that.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh well, you haven't finished part 1. So,
I love watching, rewatching the other ones, like Shira Torizawa.
Yeah, the season 3.
Oh my god,
yeah.
I love watching that. Can watch it 5 more times.
Yeah, I know people. I know the manga has ended for it too, so I'm generally just pretty hyped, because I think Production IG they always seem to adapt every sports thing they do to completion. They did it with like Prince of Tennis and Kuroko no Basketball. So I'm pretty sure they're going to do it for Haikyuu too, since it's massively popular.
Yeah, it's easier to finish. It's like with sports anime, it's either going to end in a really awesome win or, a loss that you just have to,
I know
just
some stuff about Haikyuu.
Oh, do you read it? Have you been reading it?
No, if you just look at the cover of the manga, you'd be like, oh.
Oh, so it's like, would you say you got like spoiled by accident?
I mean, it's more just like, there's certain things, like, kind of, but it's not like a big spoiler where I'm like mad about it.
So you're not bothered.
Yeah, it's like, it kind of like, it's cool that it did. I'm happy that it went this route.
Okay, that's cool.
Because I guess I just know from the manga volume, I don't know too much about the other context of it, but it's like, it seems like they went a pretty cool direction with it.
All right.
And then I know we're both playing Ghost of Tsushima. We're both in Act 2, both early on, because we're just doing a bunch of the side quests and stuff, so we haven't really been making a lot of progress. Just being
immersed in its beauty,
Yeah, because I was telling me, it's probably the most prettiest game I've played in my life.
Just design is just amazing.
Yeah, it's so impressive to me, because there's so many moments where I play the game and I think, wow, this is beautiful. And then it's like, you don't think it's going to happen, but like 10, 15 minutes later, you're like, you just one upped yourself. Like, how did you do this?
Yeah.
And it's been funny too because I've been playing in Japanese because I thought it was pretty neat how they actually did add the option of playing it in Japanese. And, it's in Japan and everything. The main character Jin, his voice actor is actually the same Japanese voice actor as Zoro from One Piece, which is very fitting because they're both swordsmen. So it's actually been really fun, like playing through the game and like kind of having Zoro on my side.
You're like playing as Zoro. You're pretending it's Zoro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Zoro.
Yeah, so that's been really cool.
It's funny. Yeah, it's a cool character. We'll talk more about that another time, probably.
Yeah, once we beat it, which, it'll happen.
Probably be a while, but just trying to enjoy it. Make the most of it.
Yeah. And then, we'll make sure to have some guests on, too, later on. Like, we would definitely be thinking about different topics we want to do and kind of just seeing some of the stuff that we would like to talk about, right?
Yeah. Just look out.
All right, I'll let you close out, buddy.
Well, that was the Mimicast update podcast. I guess it's just more like an update episode, so, we'll go back. We'll get more into a rhythm after this, I guess.
Yep, and we should be able to, get some more juicy topics, talk about some more stuff, and just, be excited. I'm excited. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can keep watching our video, like podcasts and stuff, and we'll just keep going from there.
Yep. I'm Mia.
I'm Milesh.
We're the Mimi Podcast.
And we're signing off.
See ya.